I'm just interested in the game, especially the virtual game, because the card game, it might be difficult to get it here, ship it in South Africa. But the virtual game,
Yes.
then I should be able to get it if it's a virtual version is available. Maybe that will be my question.
Yeah. You know what? This is my experience when we start releasing the physical game. Is the delivery cost is definitely an issue. So I'm trying to look into ways by which I can make this cheaper and available all over the world. So I'm trying to contact some people, to give me some ideas on how to actually reduce the delivery cost. And now about the digital version of this, we're currently working on it. I'm now collaborating with a Google developer, to just create some sort of a platform about this one, right? Like to make it accessible to anyone who wish to play this game, which is, of course, there are real constraints about the physical card game. But I may experience that the physical card game is still the best. That when you want to involve people, use it for your workshops. So the physical game is the best way to actually facilitate any game. Really, it's really in person, right?
And we can make Diana's question here, final question perhaps for the evening. How long does a typical game take?
What was that, Edward? Sorry.
Yeah, how long does a game take to play?
Oh, yes. You can only, it depends. You can play a rapid fire version of it. You don't really need to play the 3 phases of it. But if you're really serious about it, you can play. Let me just call
Seems
my
like
wife.
he's frozen now.
Just a minute.
That's okay. We're almost done. That's
Future on your
good
You
enough.
if you have questions, you can on the chat. And
Yeah. Anyway, if it's okay with you, let's just So yeah, it depends really. Like the time allotted for which you can be smart about and creative about it. You can play a phase of it, like let's just say the scenario building part, or just the leaders and movements, or the existential risk and threat. So it can be a combination of it. But if you want to play it like full blown, like what I normally do in my foresight workshops is that I play for an hour or 90 minutes. So if you have that enough time, right? Because people need to have some time to really reflect on it. That's where the magic actually happened, right? Like when they started asking questions and having a conversation about the value of imagination and thinking like a futurist. Yeah. So it's up to you. There are no prescribed way of playing it. It's up to you. I always, advise people you have to be smart about it, right? What's important is that they have enough time to actually reflect on it and have fun with it, right? I just wanted to respond to a comment here from Elias about, was that Elias about serious play, right? I've seen a comment, something about serious play here. Yeah, in fact, I've met a play expert in Singapore, and he was actually questioning about this premise of serious games. Games aren't serious, Sherman. Serious games, Lego's approach is a marketing ploy, right? That was his view. Play aren't serious, right? Yeah, that's his view as a play expert. One of the foremost respected, reputable play guru in Singapore, who's I think actually, I forgot his name, but it got me thinking about this idea of serious play. Really, it has to be play, Sherman. It doesn't have to be serious. It should be play, right? So, I'm not the judge of that. It depends on how we look at things. But then his view is that serious games, aren't games at all, right? So I don't know, but that's a good provocation, right? Like, if this is play, it must be play, right? So I don't know. I might need to have another conversation with him. It was a great conversation, but that was his critique about this idea of serious games. Yeah, we want to suspend our disbelief, and then perhaps we might not be serious really about it, right? Being serious about things gets you quite closer to reality, really, right? Being serious about things is realism, isn't it not? I don't know. Like, that's just my thought now, right? Like, is there a correlation about seriousness and reality, right?